Good morning. This is Cheryl. Welcome to Porch Talk. Today I thought I would do a message on living in gratitude. So I'm going to be quiet just for a minute and I want you to hear the nature that's all around me. Just for a minute. You can hear the world waking up, the sun is coming up, and every day's a new day. And that is, a wonderful, beautiful thing that we are given the gift of a brand new day. And living in gratitude is a way, and I have notes, so not scripted, but just notes. And living in gratitude is a way to take control of your life instead of the world hijacking you from the very beginning. So before you get out of bed, you need to say, thank you, God, Jesus, universe, for another day. Thank you for this gift. And start your day with intent. Resist the urge to automatically grab your cell phone, automatically turn on the news, and automatically start letting the world's negativity flowing in you. Spend a moment. Thank God, because those things are their gifts. They're not promised. And so, yay, you wake up, your eyes open, you got a brand new day to work with. And I'm just going to go over some points. But it says today is promised, but God gave you today as a gift. So be grateful for that. And it truly is a wonderful gift. A lot of people go to sleep, they never wake up. Think about that. And you never know when that's going to happen. So automatically thanking God for that, and thanking God, for your good health, for a restful night's sleep, for find things for you to be grateful for. It does make a difference when you start off in a positive direction. And the second thing, and these are, I'm sorry, I have hair. I have hair on my lipstick. So I'm going to give you like 5 separate tips on ways that you can start your day in gratitude. But I believe before we move on to the second step, that prayer and, before you drink your coffee, before you do anything, giving God the glory for a brand new day. And just like me, I get to wake up and I get to go outside. And believe me, I'm overwhelmed with the gratitude of the beauty that surrounds me. And I absorb it all. Sometimes it's so much for me because it's so beautiful. And I'm so blessed and so grateful. And I let God know that every day. Before I even hit my feet touch the floor, I am always giving thanks. And in the morning, start your day off in a positive thing. I don't hit the, get up and go, make coffee right away. Before my feet touch the ground, I'm already saying thank you. And I think that's super important. The second tip of the day is decide that yesterday doesn't own you. So we all have bad days. We all have things, that we did. Geez, I wish I hadn't done that or said that, or, how it is. Some days are just ish days. What do? You just move on. And it says, forget about what happened yesterday. Today is a fresh start. It's like a whole fresh journal page. You get to start over. I'm an artist, so it's like having a new canvas in front of you, and you get to paint the story. Powerful. So are you going to let yesterday, your disappointments, shadow today? I hope that you will not. And realize that we can't do anything about yesterday. It says, let me see, there's some super good points in here. It said, will you continue to battle the troubles of yesterday, of things that no longer exist? Now, yes, there's going to be problems that persist, but the mistakes and things that you made yesterday are are lessons today. Does that make sense? So if you're at night before you go to sleep, I think that that you should have a review and say, okay, what could I have done better? Lord, show me the lessons, and then go from there. But it is meant to be, it's meant to look over, but to be a lesson. And say this to yourself. Not say yourself, but use this habit. It says, make letting go a daily habit. I love that. I really, really love that. So I'm going to just throw some cards in there, and you have to search for something beautiful every day. It's there. It's there. Even on days when life is heavy, it's there. You just have to see it. Another one is, I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed. Every day. Every day we are. Whether life is heavy, stuff's going on, those three things always exist. And I love this one. There's always something to be grateful for. Always. That you have a roof over your head. That you're healthy. That you have another day to serve God and to serve other people. Yeah, I think those are real important things. And then ask God, what can I do? What can I do to be of service? And it's this one I love too. Starting off the day with positive thought can change your entire mindset. So if you get up and you let your mind be bombarded already with the craziness of the world, it's like throwing a wet blanket on you. No wonder so many people don't want to get out of bed, because they've got their phone in their hand, they're reading the news, you're already filtering negative instead of positive, grateful, thoughts. And so it's either negative or positive. I choose positive always. But this is another great one. I focus on positivity for a better me. So again, when you leave your house and you've done your meditation, you've been grateful, you leave with a smile on your face and a bounce in your step. And I mean, how wonderful is that? But if you don't do that, it can be really, it can really diminish your drive forward for the day. And then you're going, oh my God, today's Friday. Oh my God, it's Friday. Thank God it's the end of the week. What? TGIF. Hi everybody, TGIF. But you're waking up on days and you're saying, oh my God, I just have to make it through today. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes that's very true. But try to start your day in a positive frame of mind, and you'll find that even on the most difficult of days, that you will, that your day will go. It will move forward in a better thing. And so the next tip, if you want to call it, or statement, is I control my mind. Oh, wait, hold on. I control my mind, not the other way around. So a lot of times, our monkey mind says, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that, blah, 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 blah. You need to have a moment of silence. You need to have a moment of silence and say, I'm in control of the show, buddy. Move over. No, I mean, you have to, you have to master your thoughts. And if you don't do that, then your mind is going to control you all day long. And so it's super important, that you, that you create your own movement forward. Because if you don't, the world's going to. People are going to do that. Sit still for a minute, breathe deep, and say, I am not my thoughts, and connect with yourself. It's super important. Realize that you are a separate entity from the world. Yes, you are part of the world, but you don't have to be of the world. You don't have to be in the rat race. Sure, we have to work, we have to do things, but you can do those things with gratitude, and you can, you can be grateful for a new day, and controlling the mind is really a powerful thing. So many of the wise teachers is what I call them. I'm sorry, I'm flipping the page. Um, you know, but they masters, they tell you control your mind. That's one of the big things that people need to do, because your mind will run willy-nilly. I mean, it will tell you what to do. It'll boss you around. It'll boss you around. It'll be the boss of you. But you need to take time to anchor yourself. So set your intentions. Don't allow distraction to start your day. No phones, no lists, no news. Just sit with yourself and God and say thank you. Thank you. I appreciate today. Thank you for the gift. What can I do to serve you? What can I do to serve my fellow man? Very, very good. And also too, when you have that mindset, you're in a state of receiving. When you're like, oh God, whatever, you're totally bundled up inside when you start a negative day. But when you ask God what you can do to serve Him, or universe, or Jesus, whoever you're serving, ask them what you can do to be of service, and also be of service to other humans. You're going to receive. This is my energy. This is where I receive the blessings from God. I do. And one of the blessings from God is that I'm able to serve people, and I do part of it through communication with these videos. I am trying to uplift people, because we live in a world that sometimes isn't very uplifting, right? But that's all a choice. That is sure a choice. And so the next thing, and this is the one I love. So it says, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. So kindness is free. It's kind of a learned trait. Because sometimes we don't want to be kind. Sometimes we want to snap at people. We want to, if we've had a bad morning, a bad start, you automatically want to, you've had a bad travel to work, you're listening to the news, you don't like what's going on. It can automatically set you back mentally. But when you decide, I'm going to be grateful, I'm going to be kind, and I'm going to be of service, I tell you, it will change your life if you do this. But it says real kindness is a daily decision. And remember, we all have our inner battles. We are all dealing with something. Every single one of us. Even those who are blessed, everybody. If somebody tells you they don't have any problems and they don't have any battles, they're lying to you, okay? But we all have our inner battles and our inner struggles. And so dealing with people, you need to be giving grace and kindness. Kindness is choosing to see the humanity in others. So along with our struggles, and it's not all about us every day. This is the problem of the world. It's about me, 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 me. This is going on, my world. Sometimes you just have to understand that somebody may be coming from a place of hurt. You don't know what they're going through. You just don't know what they're going through. Give them grace. Be kind to them. Smile. Shed some good energy their way. And it will make a big difference with your relationships with people, 100%. And it says, speak softer, react slower, and lead with patience. I love that. That's very, very good. Remember, love is the whole thing, and we're just mere pieces of the puzzle. Remember, I need you, you need me. We all need each other. And we need to have compassion, um, uh, for wherever we are at on our journey. And I think that's, it's just something that people need to see instead of, only being focused on their ish. And another thing, it says, I love this. I will not worry about things I can't control. So, you know, again, it comes up that we don't have as much control as we sometimes think, especially if you're walking that path of letting the world sway you. And it's just um, you have to learn to master your mind. That is for sure. But pause and center, because who you are, and you choose kindness. Always choose kindness. People think you got to be, pardon my French, a badass all the time. You don't have to be that. You don't have to do that. I saw it in the business world every day, that people come in and they think they have to be, mean and arrogant and basically unapproachable, and you're working for them and you got a problem. How do you approach somebody like that? But if you know that person is a kind person, you say, hey, I have an issue, this is going on, that's going on, or can we talk about a project or the way that you want me to do things? Can I propose something to you? I would rather have a boss like that than somebody that goes, just do it my way. Terrible, terrible place to work. I've done it. It's not fun. So be that person or that leader or the mother, father, sister that uses kindness, and be gracious to people. Smile. You know what? I always say smile. A smile increases your face value. It does. And people will be drawn to your smile. And sometimes when you're in public service and you meet people, my whole goal is to make everybody smile that comes into my path. Yeah, that's my goal. I'm going to say kind words. Sometimes I'm not successful, but 99.9% of the time, even with the toughest cookies, I know how to communicate with people and get down on their level. And just say, oh, I love your earrings. You start with a comment, and then before you know it, you're having this great conversation with somebody, that would look like they were having a bad day. And when they're leaving the door, and you're thanking them for visiting your place, they're smiling and they're happy, and they remember you. They remember your business. They remember your kindness. And maybe if I can only change the mindset of one person from having a raw day or a day that's not going their way, and they leave smiling, that brings joy to my heart. It truly, truly does. So, speaking of hearts, um, I want to show you these beautiful the necklace that I have. I'm going to be selling these, but this just lets you see a sample of what I've got. So, but I make these. They are these are a handmade chain, and I hand make the heart. And I'm going to put love or joy or something like on it. But see how shiny they are? It goes with everything that you wear. And I can do these in silver too, if you're interested in that. In fact, look, here's a silver one. Now, I didn't make this chain. This is a pre-wrought chain, but it's just gorgeous. And here's a kind of a pink one. And if you look how it shines, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And the setting is done in sterling, so it's nice. And then I have a kind of a lighter pink one. And I have to connect the chain again. I unhooked it last night to show somebody, but this one's gorgeous too. Look at the shine. And then the chain, I hand make those. It's called a paper clip chain with some beads on it, but really, really pretty. They go with everything that you wear. I wear mine everywhere, and I wear it because it reminds me to love people, and that life is all about love. It is. And so it's just my reminder. And also too, I have on order these cards, the same cards that I use in my talks, and they come in a pack, I think, of 50. And then I have the ones that are more, they're Christian version ones, and they also have some other ones mixed in there. But I got a couple of kinds, and they're on their way, and I'm so excited. But yeah, I wanna offer those to you if you need them and you really think they would be a good part of keeping motivated. I keep them in my wallet, and when I'm having a bad day or I'm having a bad time, I take those 3 cards out and I look at them. One says, "In all things do it in love," and the other ones, I forget what they are. I change them out quite regular. That one though, I keep in my wallet all the time. I really do. But back to our last and final point. This isn't going to be a very, very long talk. And it says to recognize that this moment is all I have, so I'm going to enjoy it. Again, be present, enjoy the moment, enjoy the now. Because we don't have yesterday and we don't have tomorrow, do we? We only have now, today. So make the decision to be present for the now and this in the gift of now. And it's so important to, when you're talking to somebody, there's nothing worse than trying to have a conversation with somebody who's on their phone and they're scrolling and they're yep, they don't hear a word you're saying. And so what it does is it devalues you. It feels disrespectful. It feels like, and that person is just not connected to the now, because they're distracted. They're giving away, a precious connection, with somebody. So you need to slow down. You need to notice things around you. Don't bulldoze through life. Go slow. Enjoy it. Listen to the birds sing. Feel the sun coming up. Those are precious gifts that we get to enjoy every day. And sometimes we just don't even see it. It's sad. But some other good cards that I love is, today choose to be happy. Always choose to be happy. I love that. Cards beautiful and all that. I actually am a watercolor artist as well, and I make these cards. I don't make these, but I make mantra cards, and I do origami, so I make little origami envelopes. I make an origami box. I've made them for gifts. I enjoy that so much. It's it's a little bit of a process, but I enjoy that, and I put my sayings on it, and I've given them gifts to my daughter and my children, and it's something I know that they'll treasure forever, that I took the time to do that. But again, I really think that now is enjoying now is a big thing. I know many people, and they're older, they're going through health issues, and they suffer every day, but they're grateful to be here for another day, for as long as God lets them be here. And as long as God has you here on this earth to do whatever you're doing, be a joy, be grateful, be present, be here in the now. Don't project yourself on tomorrow, and don't be burdened by the things that happened yesterday that you cannot change. But so you have the power to change your thoughts. You have the power to change your thoughts. So you decide, am I going to be grateful? Am I going to live in the moment? Or am I going to be distracted? And use kindness as your superpower. Your superpower. Everybody has it. Smiles are free. Being kind is free. It's something that you can give out to everybody. Do it. You will love it. And some more cards. It says, I'm free to make my own choices. You're the person who chooses. You know how I like that word choice. You're the one who chooses. Is this going to be a great day? It should be a great day. You opened your eyes. It's better than the alternative, right? Oh my goodness. So think about that. You know, how that's how you got to think about every day. It's better than the alternative. Like, say, many people don't wake up. You know, they have car accidents. They have, I mean, their life is ended in a moment, and you never know when that's going to happen. Believe me, I had a serious car accident I really thought I was going to die in, and my vehicle was getting ready to flip over in a busy highway, and I said, Lord, here I come. Here I come. And you know what happened? This is amazing. My car literally flipped back on all four wheels and never moved again. That was the Lord telling me, I got more for you to do. We're not ready for you, Cheryl. So, and that changed my life. At that moment, it changed my life. It helped me, to see how God's power just works in our life every day. And that was a real wake-up call for me. I've had other things like that happen, but real wake-up call. And, I'm just so grateful that I'm allowed to be here to make talks for you, to help people love people. I just really am. It's a blessing every day for me. And it's today I will enjoy the small things. So enjoy your coffee. Really take time. Enjoy watching a butterfly. And enjoy the things in your present now state. It's so important to stop, to recognize. And when you do that, the world will open up to you. It truly will. But when you're like, rush, you've got these blinders on, rush. I got a goal. I got to get there. Yes, we all have those things, but it doesn't mean that you have to bulldoze through your day and forget to see the beauty in what we have all around us. So don't miss that. And it says, I love this one too. It says, long, slow, deep breaths have the power to calm me down. This is a great one right here. When you're stressed out and things are going on, sorry, the sun's coming up. Amazing that gnats aren't eating me alive, but they're not. But so when you're in a stressful situation, sometimes you just have to close your eyes, go into a place, close your eyes, do some deep breathing, and recenter yourself, because we can get knocked off, our direction by things that are happening, in the world. So just do your very best. Breathe deep. It will calm you. It will bring your heart rate back down. It'll bring your blood pressure down. And don't operate in a state of high intensity all the time. I think meditation during the middle of the day is so important. It really does help you. So, that's a great practice, to have. And we also have to remember that you have the power to create change. No matter what's going on around you, you can change that situation. You can change your mind. You can change your attitude. You can change where you are. You're the person who has the power to change things. Yeah. And then this one I love, and it says, my strength is made perfect in my weakness. So, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of hard to focus. These are small cards, so they're a little bit harder to read. But, we have to realize that, things that happened yesterday, the things that we're working on are all lessons for us to learn to have a better tomorrow, right? To have a better today. Once we, at night I say review, what you can do better, but never carry the backpack of regret from yesterday on you. It's like carrying a backpack with stones in it. Every time you do something, you add a rock. Every time you do something, you add a rock. So, yes, we all have those daily regrets and things like that. But when you come in the house, slip that backpack off, throw it on the ground, and say, not, not now. We're done with that. And then recenter, refocus. Take a minute before you start your daily home life. Because you get home, you got dinner, you got this, you got that, and then another cycle of, starts. Be present and say, I'm grateful for my home. Thank you for giving me a wonderful place to live. And thank you for my children. Thank you for my husband. No matter what state all of those things are in, be grateful. And I promise you, if you can live your life in gratitude, it will change your life. It will change your life. And I say all of these things in love. And I hope that my words help you to refocus and recenter and live in the now. Live in the present moment. Next time you have a conversation, don't pick your phone up. Put your phone down. Next time you have a conversation with somebody in your family, I've seen dinners where people go out and they all have their cell phone. Nobody's talking to each other. I have pictures of that with my own family. I'm like, do we have to do this, you guys? Because I can go home and text you. I don't have to come here to a restaurant and spend money to watch you guys text on your phone. And, it just takes away from special moments in your life. So just remember, give people your attention. Remember, kindness is your superpower. And remember that the now moment is all we have. So enjoy it. All right? God bless you all. And I hope that you will join me tomorrow on Porch Talk. God bless you all. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you.